Hello, friends, and welcome back. My name is Trieu. I'm the host of this podcast. I am a performance and nutrition coach, as well as a doctoral student. Hello. And if for those of you who are, well, everybody listening and watching, you may notice that the visual is a little different and the sound quality is a little different. I am talking through my wired headphones, and I'm not talking through my normal fancy camera. It's more of my laptop. And that is because my mic is dead. And I don't have my other one because I'm at this co-working space. And the reason why it's dead is because I accidentally left it on and I've been gone out of town the last couple of days, back in Omaha for a quick weekend family trip, and came back this morning, and now we are here recording. So that's why things are a little off, and which leads into the episode for today. And you may notice I may look a little tired, and my voice might be a little off because I think I'm getting allergies and been talking a lot more, and I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. But I made a promise to myself that we are doing this. This will be week 10 of having a podcast episode out every single Monday morning, as well as a newsletter that I'll be writing after this. And it doesn't matter that it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because this comes into what the episode for this is. And the message, the thing I really have to say that I want to share is not like, yeah, I'm just gonna say this is gonna be like completely off script. This is gonna be like really just like off the cuff right here. Is you just have to do things messy and take very messy action, because the conditions are never going to work 100% all the time. And you have to be able to regulate yourself and be able to throw down and just play ball. Especially if you were somebody, like if you were listening to this podcast, I'm assuming you have to be somebody who gives a shit. You have to be somebody that cares about them, like what they do, about where your life is heading, the things you do, the impact you have, and how you handle yourself and walk across the world and like navigate the world and just everything. Like you were probably someone who just gives a shit. And there's going to be a lot of moments where things are just going to not work. Equipment you're going to have is going to be dead. So you have to pivot, find another way to get the job done. You're going to be underslept. You're going to be tired. You're going to be unprepared. And sometimes you just have to do things off the cuff based off of what you got and do it to the best of your ability. And that's gonna be such a fundamental skill, and be able to control your perspective and not be mentally dramatic, and control that cognitive flexibility to just get the thing done. Like you just got to get the thing done. And with the theme of this is I want to be somebody who, when he says something, my word carries weight, that it matters. Because growing up, I have broken that promise to myself so much. I have negotiated with myself down so much because it was more comfortable. It was easier. And it may be easier in the moment, but I am suffering in the long term. There's the man in the other room who's clearing his throat and looking at me, and I can see and hear him, and I can know I could have done something, but I chose not to because it wasn't quote unquote perfect. And I don't want to be that guy no more. And I'm probably sure you don't want to be that person. And so there's gonna be times where you were underslept, underprepared, under what the conditions are just like all off, and you just gotta throw down. And you gotta establish some type of, and this is what I call the Batman effect, or the Batman, and that, whatever, just Batman mode. And what I mean by that is Batman always has contingency plans on contingency plans, plan A to Z, and for whatever situation. But he always goes into whatever situation with a calm and cool, collected mindset. He's composed. He has faith that this plan is going to work. But if something throws a curveball at him, or something unexpected occurs, he's not going to freak out and be all dramatic about it and act like there's no options on the table. There's no levers to pull. There isn't another way to get this thing done. It might be a little bit more not as polished, but whatever. It's just one time. And so he always has plan B, plan C, plan, et cetera, et cetera. And he gets the job done. And I put myself in that position. I put that frame, I reframe my perspective and shift my mindset to, okay, how can I operate through that lens? Because I like taking ownership. I have ownership over my future and what I do. I have autonomy and I have a level of competence and confidence across many domains and skills and whatever. And so right now, like 10 minutes ago, I was setting up my camera gear and I'm tired. Like I'm very tired because I drove for like 4 hours this morning and did other stuff, and it was so hard for me to sleep last night because we were at my girlfriend's parents' house and her and I can't sleep in the same room with our dog because our dog, she's a pit bull. For those of you who are wondering, she snores. And I'm a very sensitive sleeper and that wakes me up. And so I was trying to go to bed late, but just my mind was rattling and it was going through so many different like thoughts. And so I was having a hard time falling asleep. And then the dog Rogue was in the room, and the first night she didn't snore, which it was like her positioning and was like a miracle. So thank God. But then last night she snored and I had to move into the other spare bedroom. And long story short, it was like back and forth type of thing. And I couldn't fall asleep till like 1 a.m, got woken up, and then we had to be up at like 5. So I'm like super underslept and then drove for like 4 hours and did a bunch of stuff. And so I was sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, what do I talk about? This and that. Had so much family stuff. Oh my goodness. I have homework after this, a newsletter to write, and set my camera up. And then I learned that the mic is dead. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? It'd be so easy to just like not record an episode and just go home. It'll be fine because not many people see this. But however, the thing is, I will know. I will know if I showed up or not. And maybe I'm not at 100%, but the 30%, the 10% I'm operating from, I can operate at 100% of that. And I want to be the type of person who can just rip right off the cuff. And this is something I have to say because this is a lesson. This is a lesson for myself. And this is a lesson for somebody. And even though I also don't have many people I don't have many eyes on this podcast, especially on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, less than 10 people see my podcast. However, on YouTube, it's more in the 30 to 60, which is awesome for the audience. But the thing is, this will be here and this is going to leave a trace and people will see that did Calvin show up or not? Is he listening to the things he's preaching about? And then I will know this is adding to my own self-efficacy, my own belief in who I say I am and everything. And so for me to show up right now and sharing this and working through this, even though I feel a little uncomfortable right now, I feel tired. I feel like I have cotton mouth. I feel I wish it was the perfect condition. But the thing is, what matters most is the value that you're receiving from this and the story that I'm telling myself that I am showing up no matter the conditions and I will take messy actions and I will just be better, more prepared next time. But I have a job to do and I told myself that I'm going to do this and I'm doing this because the efforts the efforts you put in, showing up into those taking messy action in unforeseen conditions matters. It is shaping the story that you tell yourself forever. And it may feel like it might be small and insignificant, but you do it one time. Say I would have not done this. I just went home and then that's one. But what if next week something happens again? then I not do a podcast again, and that becomes two, and two becomes a habit, and then that's going to be a downward slope, and I don't want that. However, it's 2025. I have a camera everywhere, on my phone, on my laptop. Okay, pull up the camera. Mic. Is it the best audio in the world? Maybe not. However, this matters that I have a pair of headphones, and you can understand me well, and I get the message across. So take messy action, and even if the environments and situations are not to your perfect specifications, it might not be the perfect plan, take action anyways. It goes, this is leading from a very principle-based approach that will bleed and permeate into your fitness, your nutrition, your professional life, your personal development, like everything you do. So very little things in this world we have control over. And on my 29 laps around the sun, the only two things I have found true to this day is two things. The viewpoint through I view the world through, the lens, and two, how I respond. So what is your viewpoint? And then how do you respond next? Those are two things that I can control. And so I'm controlling how I do this. And so can you. Because things are going to happen. Your schedule is going to be rearranged. Things are going to pop up. Things get messy. Things get complicated. You're going to feel all these different emotions. And this is how you practice discipline. And discipline isn't just a discipline. It's a umbrella term that describes so many different little psychological and behavioral skills that you are refining over time. Think of it as levers, and you pull on individual levers, and whatever levers that you pull, one or multiple, in whatever sequence, the more you pull them, it can give the illusion of discipline. And this is a trainable quality. These are skills that you can train. And you can train yourself to not get overly dramatic and get high anxious and freak out of, what do I do if all the conditions aren't perfect? Oh my God, I can't go work out in the morning because something happened and I had to move my workout to the evening time. Or my nutrition, I'm not hitting my calories perfectly. Or I went to this event and the food is not in my normal staple or routine and I'm going to be blowing my calories. Or, oh my God, I'm not getting enough protein today. Or what if my steps are less? Or what if et cetera, et cetera. But that's the thing with life. It's how can you handle the curves? How can you still perform and get the job done and make progress in a way that's meaningful to you, and to where you are still feel like you are moving forward. The fact that you're still moving forward is what matters. And by me doing this right now, by you taking messy action in conditions that aren't perfect, is a very fundamental skill that we all need to develop and build and refine. So yeah, that's if somebody were to view me from the outside, like in this co-working space, there's like some mirrors I'm looking, or windows I'm looking at right now. Somebody walking by will probably look at me, which they see me here every Sunday to record a podcast, is that, man, this dude is disciplined. But really, one Sunday, like this Sunday right now, I'm just practicing some of those skills. The other Sunday, I was practicing better time management or content idea generation and delivery. Or another one, I was practicing blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so it all bundles together to look like discipline. Yeah. And maybe you might be wondering, well, maybe do I need to have like more motivation, or like the motivation talk of things? And so with motivation, there's different forms of motivation, but the form that matters the most to me in this moment is the story that I'm telling myself. Because we all run by stories. Stories is how we connect so many things to. It's how we view the world through so many stories and our own self-concept of ourselves. And the story that I want to cement in my mind is that I am someone who does what he says. I want to have that level of self respect with myself because I don't feel like I have that. I don't feel like I have that story, and I'm trying to develop that. I'm trying to build it. And there isn't a end goal. There isn't a I hit 20 episodes in a row where, yep, I'm a self I I do that. I don't know when that feeling will come. But it's I don't think it's a destination. It's just a continuous practice. It's I'm going to be getting tested on that over and over and over. I want to build that confidence in myself that I will lean into negotiating up with myself to where I don't negotiate down, to where I don't listen to that feeling of, oh, you're not feeling it right now. You're not as motivated. You're tired. You don't have all your equipment. It might not be perfect. So do it later, this and that, which can make things more complicated with my schedule. But anyways, back to this. The motive, like that story that I'm trying to build for myself is I want to have that self-respect. I want to know that the words I say carries weight. I want to have undeniable belief in myself. And this is one way that I am building it in this moment. And then later, it may look like something else. And another way that I'm trying to build self efficacy. So the belief in yourself that you can do something and that you will do something. So the can and the will component are essential to it. And yeah. So this is completely off the cuff here. So I hope that was really helpful. I hope that made sense. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. And so, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I am hitting a wall. Cannot wait to get this newsletter done and then do my assignment. I hope this was super helpful to you guys. I know this is a little bit of a shorter episode because, yeah, I was already thinking about talking about something like this during the whole thing. Some cool updates that I can share with you guys soon. The reason why my mind has been very preoccupied. Yeah. Wow. Words are hard. Preoccupied. Yeah. On other things that really big news. Can't wait to share. Just can't share yet because not everything is 100%. And so came today and I was like, oh my goodness. I gotta wake up at 5, do all this moving, do all this, like, get to Kansas City and then record and do everything else. I'm like, do I even have the mental capacity to do this? Well, you're gonna find out. And if it's not perfect, then that's okay because there's no such thing as perfect. It's just showing up because it matters. It counts. Because I can't expect others to show up if I'm not willing to show up for myself. And it's a daily deposit. This stuff is just a daily deposit. There's not a destination for this stuff because that's the annoying part. That's the part where you just have to do it again and again and again. And then when you look back, you can see that you were brave, you were courageous, you showed up for yourself, you showed up even when conditions weren't perfect, you took messy action. And that right there, all you have are your memories. And if you can have those memories tell a story. And I want to read my story as I'm writing it right now, as it's unfolding through my actions that I did it. I am a person who does things. I don't want to be a wannabe whatever, a wannabe entrepreneur, a wannabe podcaster, or the person that just says that they will do something or that they can't do things because conditions were imperfect or this happened, that happened. Sure, you can blame or pinpoint a reason to a degree, but I like to just reconfigure that back towards, okay, what's next? How do I move forward? Part of that ownership. Okay, where can I take responsibility? Where could I have done a little bit better? But not in like a shameful way where I'm going to beat myself down. Done that enough. That doesn't do anything. How can we do this in a way that it feels good? So where are the lessons that I can learn, that I can improve on? So then I can increase the probability that I'm going to succeed, increase the probability, the chances that this won't happen, whatever won't happen again. Like right now, this is showing me that when I want to say that when my life gets busier, when traveling picks up and stuff like that, I should probably learn how to create a schedule where I can batch content and not rely on strictly willpower and last minute fumes and last minute windows to get things done, because it makes everything harder. And I'm turning the faucet really hard on willpower right now to do this. So how can I mitigate that in the future? This is teaching me a lesson right now, and I will have to face this lesson again if I don't listen and I become a ding dong. So to prepare for later, I'm very proud of myself right now. This is great, reinforcing that story, that self-belief, the self-efficacy, showing up, the whole thing. But we don't need to play life on harder mode all the time. So that means, how can I take ownership? Where I have autonomy in this. Okay, so maybe I should batch content, get a couple episodes recorded to create that buffer when these moments happen. I have been writing on week to week for the last 10 weeks now. And so, okay, cool, got it. That's a signal. Interpret it. Now let's change the behavior to make sure that this doesn't happen, to where this is a little more smoother. So those are just ways that I am reframing so much in my mind, because I don't want to be that person that just says they'll do something. I'm sure you don't want to be either. To say they'll do something, to be a wannabe, to put blame on others, to whatever. It's your responsibility if you want to make it farther in life. It's your responsibility if you want to get healthier, if you want to get more fit, if you want to develop yourself, if you want to become somebody new, to become better, to achieve things, to elevate your life, yourself, whatever. It comes down to you. You are responsible for all of it. No matter if it was you to blame or not, it's you have to carry it, because if you want to, it's your life. It's your responsibility with where your life goes. It only affects, like, you have to live the life. So reframe your relationship with all these things back to, okay, I will accept blame. I will accept my faults when it is appropriate. I can recognize when situations were not my fault, or that I constructed the situation to play out, the probability to play it out. I can recognize that I set things in motion. And okay, well, how do I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again? And I keep moving forward. So it's my responsibility no matter what. At the end of the day, the life I live, the life you live, is your responsibility. So what actions are you going to take? Where are you holding yourself back? Where are the bottlenecks? And only you know. Look inward, do the inner work, and work through it. Okay, I think that's a good spot for it. Yeah, we ripped. Woohoo! We did it. We did it. Okay. Well, if you guys are listening, I hope this was helpful. Hope this was helpful. Let me know what you guys thought. If you guys, yeah, I just want to say, if you're listening after, I think this is 119 episodes now, or a new listener, listen to the whole 24 minutes. Just want to say, love you guys. Thank you so much. It matters. It matters that there's something there. There's something inside you right now. The fact that you just sat here to listen to me talk for 24 minutes, you were on the right path. If you were wondering if you were on the right path, I believe that this is a good signal that you are willing to set aside time to listen to me, whether you are driving, whether you are cleaning your home, whether you are on a walk listening, habit stacking stuff. You're taking the time to better yourself by listening. I admire that so much. And every listen does not go unnoticed. I appreciate all of it so much. And I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe I believe in you. Okay. Much love. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.